Alright, next step for us will be this wire here, this wire loom and all that stuff. So we have two options. I can rewire all of this and then send that way, which the ECU is inside the car that way, right under the see it open on top there where the airbag was supposed to be. So that would be faster, quicker, and closer for us. So that might be my route. Or we can still go this way, but then we go this way, all this way, all this way, and then the wire goes all the way up and across. So I guess we can save wire, you know, and the longer the wire, you gotta have it thicker and all that stuff. So I'm gonna cut this here. Let's undo this one guy here. Alright, so I managed to bring the wires straight from the ECU through the firewall and then up here, which is going to be easy to hold somewhere, to hang it in here somewhere, and then it's going to come straight down here. I don't even need to put the wire loom outside of this spot. It can be even underneath. Yeah, it's gonna touch the engine. Yeah, I might need just to hang in here, and I'll have the connectors. The connectors also have wires, so I'll need to trim this wire a little bit. But yeah, it looks great. So we have the signals. I need to check which is what, but basically, I mean, so much drama. I have ignition 1 is white and red, 2 is white and black, and ignition 3 is white and gray. So this is ignition 1, which is 1 and 6, and then we have ignition 2, which is white and black, and then we have ignition 3, which is white and gray. And so we have that. We need 1 power and 1 ground. So I'm gonna bring 1 ground from the inside, 1 power from the inside, and basically that's all we're going to need. The power and the ground I don't need. I'm gonna share between all of those, but this is the only thing that I need to merge. I gotta join those two together, those two together, and those two together, because when the engine, the ECU sends the signal, it's going to send to this one and this one at the same time, this one and this one and this one and this one. Done? Let's do it. The only thing we need to understand is looking at a coil like this. This is pin 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1 on the left, 4 on the right. Number 1 is ground, so this side is ground. The second one is the pin that goes from the ECU to trigger this. Third pin we are not going to use, which is this telling the ECU that it fired correctly, because if it doesn't send the signal or send the signal saying I didn't fire, then there's a code on the dash. We're not going to use that. And the last one, which is this guy here, is power all the time. So ground, power, and close to the ground is the ECU. We're going to wire now. So I have my solder iron warming up. I got a piece of wire. So let me show you how this looks now. So I put the connectors in there. I got the connectors here, and I know again that number 1 is negative. This this is the wire that goes to the ECU. The gray one is not going to be used, and this one is the 12 volt. So I'm going to get the 12 volt, and I'm going to split in 3. 1, 2, 3. Those 3 first ones are going to have 1 wire, and the other 3 is going to have another wire, and at the end I'm going to merge all those wires in here, just so I can have some flexibility on the wires here. So I'm going to solder this first one right in here. Then I'm going to go to the second one, and I'm going to see where it ends, and I'm going to open a little gap in here, and I'm going to solder the other one in here. I'm going to open a gap, but enough so I can put a heat shrink still and heat it up so it gets very tight. So yeah, so let's get the first one. So don't do like this, because if you burn your knees, it's on you. It's not my fault. So this is, oh, it's hot. So this is all coated. Now I'm going to put a heat shrink, and this is going to be good. And then we're going to go to the second one, which is going to be somewhere around here. I measured the second one. The second one is going to be soldered right in here. So this is the trickiest thing now, because I need to take a little piece of there out of there, but not a lot. So I need to be sure that this is cut through. There you go. I don't even know if this is the right way to do things. It's just how I'm doing. So now I want to make this go inside that, and then I'm gonna wrap around. And this is gonna be pretty solid. I just need to be sure that all the sides are coated. There you go. Alright, and now same thing. We got a little heat shrink. Let it cool for a minute, because if the heat shrink gets in there, it's going to shrink before go through this big chunk. But yeah, it did. There you go. Now we're gonna shrink this and go to the third one. So as I was doing this, I decided to do one full on 12 volts, so that 12 volts feeds everybody. So I have 5 in here, and the sixth one I'm gonna put at the end. I might put it together as I'm soldering with the one that's going to go through the firewall. Otherwise it's one more cut, one more everything. I mean, I could do that regardless, but my plan now is to get 2 ground wires. I'm going to split the ground wires in 2. So I'm going to get the 3 first ones, and I'm going to share ground wire with those 3, and I'm going to get the 3 second ones. I'm going to share the ground wire between those other 3, and those 2 ground wires goes to the ground that is right there inside that little compartment. You're gonna see when we get there. So I'm gonna do the same thing. I cut and weld that way we were talking about. So you see here the Italian clothes hanger thingy. Yeah, so let me do the ground now. By the way, the ground is blue, which is number 1. So we did number 4. Now we're gonna do number 1. Alright, so this is how it looks like now. I have positive running through all the terminals. I have negative through the 3 first terminals, which is pretty organized, so I can group them together. Of course, if you're grouping it together, I can group them, and you know, have a thin wire loom running through the engine, the head of the engine. So I'm gonna run the second ground. One disadvantage of doing this thing that I'm doing here, cutting and opening a space and all that stuff, is if I mess up and break any wire from the inside, it's no good. So I need to basically throw the whole positive or the whole negative away and start it again. There is a guy, his channel is Junk from Work. Check it out. This guy is amazing with electronics. So dude, if you're watching me, make a little comment here. Tell me how would you do that. Actually, I should message you on Instagram. I think I'm gonna do that just for fun. He loves this kind of stuff, and you know, he disassemble things and show how they work, and it's pretty cool, pretty entertaining. So if you didn't see his channel, check it out. So let me do the second one, and the last one will be the yellow. Okay, my idea now is get the ignition. So you have ignition 1, 2, and 3. 3 is white and gray. It doesn't matter which pin is there, but it's white and gray. So I have there, coming from straight from the ECU, white and gray, and it's long enough. So my idea is route this guy. Sorry, I'm doing this as I hold the camera. Route this guy through here on the wire loom that I don't have yet in there. Then I'm gonna route through here, right? And I have enough. So I'm gonna get the yellow here and the yellow here, which is 3 and 4. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 4. I don't even know how to count. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 3 and 4 together. I'm gonna get those two. I'm gonna wire those two together on straight on the ECU. All right, one is done. I gotta do the other two. Yeah, it's gonna be pretty clean, but it's gonna let me start my engine. So I'm gonna finish those tonight. It's 12 o'clock already. I won't be able to start the car tonight, but I'm excited. Let me finish that. So ignition 2, spin 15 is white and black. So white and black is gonna be the one that is going to merge 2 and 5. So I'm gonna do exactly the same thing. I'm gonna put 2 wire looms in here, solder in there, and then do the same thing to the 5th one, which is right in here. I don't know if you could see, but right in here. And to finish, we have ignition 1, which should be the first one, right? Which is going to use the white and red. So this one is going to connect the first guy and the number 6. All done. The battery died on the last one, but yeah, I got it done. So just to confirm, we got the paper here. Ignition 1 white red. So ignition 1 white red should be connected to number 6, which is outside here, so it's perfect. Then we have 2 white and black, which is connected to 5, also done. Then we have ignition 3, which is white and gray, and this is connecting 3 and 4. So yeah, this is all done. That is how we upgraded from the old style thingy to 6 coils, and we use smart coils. This here I'm not gonna use for now, but you know, if you have an ECU, you're connecting to the normal ECU, this is actually the return. You gotta put them all together in one and then go that way. Yeah, we're just gonna put the wire loom and wrap it up, but dude, that's way nicer than I expected. So it's a little bit more organized. I put one wire loom in here, so we need another one in here that will merge into this guy, and so on, right? And as you see here, it's gonna be like pretty clean, and I can just tuck this guy in there. Yeah, just need to put those guys on now. This here is inside. I just left this here because there's some leftover. I might need to cut this here, which is gonna be let me use on that side. Those 2 guys here, I'm going to just put a little terminal and then connect on this here. This is pretty cool. BMW has this thing here, those 2 positive and negative on the front of the car. So we can just use those guys. So yeah, it's gonna be tucked in that way. I can even tuck in side here. I mean, I can put pretty much anywhere. Don't need to come all the way here, but it's gonna be good. And cool. So let's finish that wire loom. All right, all done. I'm gonna tuck this in, put the bolts in there, but yeah, that's pretty much how it's gonna look. I'm pretty happy, honestly, with the result. Did not expect to be that good. I'm being very modest, but yeah. So this is a way that we can convert from the old coils, as you saw here, those old guys here, and I also had the Supra ones, and I convert to these ones now, which are going to allow me to start the car. I still need to have like some very thin wire loom like this to put here, here. I did not have those, but you know, they cost like $1 a bag full of it, so it's not a big deal. My son is testing for COVID, so like we can't get out of the house. I won't be able to get it. I'm not gonna order on Amazon and wait for it. Well, I might need to do it, but I'm not gonna wait for the thing to be here so I can make the video. So yeah, stay tuned. We're gonna start the car. Probably one of the next videos we're going to configure the ECU is like Speeduino, Arduino, Mega Squirt related and all that stuff. So it's not a Mega Squirt, but it's Speeduino Fish Dog. Alright, subscribe to this channel, leave that little like button, and leave a little comment if you're watching this video. Junk from work, if you're watching this video, you need to leave a comment here and tell me about my soldering. I'm curious to know. What you think about it. And alright guys, I'll see you around.